Hello everybody, my name is Dratnos, and welcome to my weekly vault video, where I think I've outdone myself even last week's extravaganza. We've got a little bit more items in the vaults this week. So, starting off with Dratnos XD, Famed Slayer of Raszageth. Here there's not too much that we could see that would be a take out of the vault. Most things that we would be taking here, sockets, and socket is very good for this character right now. I could put a socket in my belt, I could put a socket in... I guess I don't have a helmet to socket yet. I have this Primal Molten Helm that I'm hoping to find tier, so tier helmet from the raid spots would be a really big find. 421 weapon from the M+ row. I only have one M+ spot in the vault, but a 421 one-hander would be really big as well. Legs, 421 legs from the M+ spot to catalyze would be really, really good. Similarly, a good 421 cloak be a nice little upgrade. Not really too interested in a necklace. I suspect this is going to turn into a lariat soon. So 424 bracers to replace this wrist guard would be good. But I don't know. Really, anything would be good. Aranog ring would be the BIS outcome as well. All right, so we have 415 gloves. That's a brick. We have 421 boots. I already have those. And we have 421 Haste Mastery chest piece. Now, it's not the least interesting item I've ever seen here. This could be potentially better than my current chest piece, and ideally chest piece is the slot that you're not using tier in. But I'm going to take the socket. This is not a very big upgrade, and there's a Dathia chest piece that's better stats anyways that I can find at 421 probably at some point in the next few weeks. So we'll take the socket out of this. I think probably just throw a socket into this Unstable Frostfire belt, because that thing is probably sticking around for quite a while, now that I have the ring from Broodkeeper. And yeah, not too sad about that. That's another couple of stat points. I think I want to Energized Malygite. And yeah, this character is starting to get pretty close to full build here. Aranog ring would be a nice little damage upgrade, as I said, but other than that, all of the other stuff I talked about, kind of a few points of DPS here or there. And I guess some good bracers. I need some good bracers so I can craft a lariat and replace these ones. So that's going to be something that may end up being like 415 bracers out of some M+ or something. Although I haven't been doing too much M+ on this character because I've been doing a lot of M+ on a lot of other characters. That character only did 1 key last week. Now my monk, I think did 8. I also think I did Mythic Raid on this character. It all kind of blurs together. It was just a rush of content. So much to do. So we'll see what we got here. First of all, we'll see where the character logged out, because I didn't remember to log out all my characters in front of the box. All right, that's good. That's not too far away, at least. Use the zoom button to get over here. Loot spec is currently Windwalker. Are we happy about that? I think I'm going to go loot spec Brewmaster. I think that there are some tank trinkets I'd be interested in seeing, such as Granite's Enduring Scale. So, I think we'll do that. All right, we've got another 421 Hunger of the Pack. I already have one of those. A 421 Socketed Crystallized Droplet. I already have that exact ring at 415. A 421 Shoulders. I already have those as well. And a 415 chest piece. So we're choosing here between 6 item levels on the ring or a socket item. The socket is going to be a more powerful short term, I suspect, right? We can actually look at this. The item levels here would give us 52 secondaries and 54 stamina, whereas the socket would get us 103 secondaries, right? So we're talking about almost twice as many secondaries. I wouldn't get the stamina, but we'd get almost twice as many secondaries if we take the socket. However, 421 Crystallized Droplet, that thing is like pretty BIS. However, my other ring is a Aranog ring. And we know in patch 10.0.7, there's going to be this Annulet ring that is going to be quite good. That Annulet ring is going to want to replace the Droplet, not the Seal of Diurna's Chosen. Seal of Diurna's Chosen just does too much damage, right? Like, you look at this is the last key I was doing. Or even is that thing? It did 2.8% of my damage in the last key I was in. Like that's not ethical, right? That is an item I could never get rid of. So, with all of that in mind, I think I'm talking myself into taking a socket here. even though normally I would rather at this point in the patch take like the kind of longer term upgrade of the longer term BIS item, that item is not going to survive over the Annulet. So because of the Annulet is coming, this is actually, I think, the better long term purchase. In terms of what we can socket here, we could stick a socket in the Flaring Cowl, or we could just socket the Aranog Ring. Socketing the Aranog Ring is a bit of a coward move, though, because what if I get a Mythic one, right? Pretty sure I'm going to get a Mythic one at some point soon. So let's just grab the Flaring Cowl. Flaring Cowl. You know, you don't actually have to use this on Brewmaster to activate the Aranog Ring, but you do for Windwalker, and it's just not a bad effect. So we'll just stick a socket in there. It's hard for this to be something I regret too much, especially on this character, because this character, I'm already kind of starved for concentrated primal focus, right? I've already got some stuff that I want to use that on. Want to upgrade my offhand, want to upgrade my bracers, so I don't really want to recraft a new embellished item anytime soon off of this Flaring Cowl. Okay, up next. This is, I guess, 2 sockets so far. 2 sockets that both had some discussion around them, though. Up next, we have my Paladin. I think I killed Mythic bosses on my Paladin as well, so I think there could be a Icon or, you know, Aranog Ring on Mythic. Those would be pretty much for all these characters. The real high roll outcome is going to be one of those things. My loot spec is going to be Prot, yeah, because we would like a bigger shield or a bigger. I guess the weapon has leech on it, so don't really want to replace that. Also could use like a boots, because I actually have enough stuff to craft a 418 Frostfire belt. Oh, wow, that's really good. That is really good. That's exactly what we're hoping to see out of this vault. Nothing that we're passing on that we care too much about here. So we will replace this 402 Rumbling Ruby with a 421 Whispering Incarnate Icon. And yeah, bang. That's why we killed 2 Mythic bosses. I've been pugging 2 Mythic bosses, and that was before Cross Realm opened. This week Cross Realm is open, so those first 2 Mythic bosses are going to be getting killed on a lot of characters, I think. All right, now the Demon Hunter, I wasn't able to get first 2 Mythic bosses killed on this character, regrettably. But I was able to do 4 keys on it. Yeah, I actually don't remember what I got out of my... Yeah. What I got out of the last week was the Mythic Plus event thing. Do 4 dungeons, get a heroic raid piece. I don't even remember what heroic raid piece I ended up taking or getting out of that box. All right, loot spec Havoc. That sounds fine. I don't really want a tank trinket. I guess a Decoration of Flame, but these are only heroic raid spots. Oh wow, a heroic Grief Torch. That's really good. That is extremely good. Obviously, Mythic Grief Torch is, you know, way bigger, but at this point, I'm replacing a Life Flame Ampule. Now, this Life Flame Ampule has plagued this character's existence. I've been wearing it for so long, have not been able to find even a remotely, but like I just have Shadowlands trinkets. But yeah, we'll replace that thing with the Grief Torch, and that is really good. Grief Torch is really good on DH, especially whenever you're playing Any Means Necessary, but even when you're not, this trinket is unbelievably good on this class, so very, very happy to secure one of those. That's another very good outcome. So we've got 2 very, very good outcomes and 2 sockets. That's much better than like 4 medium outcomes, right? Like the sockets are good. They're nice long-term little upgrades. And then, you know, 2 banger rewards in the Grief Torch and the Incarnate Icon. All right. Now we're on, I forget which character this is. We're on the DK, as I was saying. We're on the Death Knight. The Death Knight, actually, this was the character that took the Seal of Diurnus Chosen last week from the vault, I think. Very good item. Does a lot of damage. I also pugged first 2 Mythic on this character. Loot spec is currently Unholy. I think that's fine. I don't really want tank trinkets. A lot of tank trinkets are kind of beans for Blood DK anyways, because any tank trinket that like gives you some armor or health or whatever, or heals you, it tends to be pretty bad on a spec like Blood DK that just has Death Strike. You kind of usually rather stat stuff anyways. Or Cheat Death Effect. Those are still strong on trinkets when you can find them. So yeah, loot spec is Unholy. Aranog Ring Mythic would still be something I'd be really happy to see here. Whispering Incarnate Icon on this character would be insane. Okay, so we got 415 shoulders. Those are not going to be considered. Blazebinder Hoof. I think that's actually quite good. That's good for Rep Paladin. And then we actually are seeing double tier out of the M+ rows. Double 421 tier out of the M plus rows. This is not something that you see very often. Both of these would represent substantial item level upgrades. I don't know if Blazebinder's Hoof is a strong trinket for DK specs. I know it's good for Ret. I suspect it wouldn't be bad for Unholy. But let me take a quick look at some resources here, and we can kind of see how it's doing. Okay, so there's the display capture. Yes, all right, nice. DK. So I'm gonna go to mplus.subcreation.net, just click through both the DK specs, and then we'll go to the raid side of things, raid.subcreation.net, and again we'll click through the DK specs. Now let's just see what trinkets people are using. So Frost DK's in raid, Blazebinder's Hoof. All right, Blazebinder's Hoof, Blazebinder's Hoof. Looks very good. Looks extremely good, especially for such a, for an M plus trinket that's kind of hard to get your hands on. People are using that. All right, trinkets for Unholy DK. Not so many Blazebinder's Hoofs here. Very unpopular in M plus there, but okay, so in raid, Frost DKs are using it. In M plus, Unholy DKs aren't using it. In M plus, Frost DKs are pretty overwhelmingly using it. And in raid, Unholy DKs are not especially interested. So this would be a Frost DK item. It would be a Frost DK item, it looks like. The alternative would be taking a item level upgrade on hands or chest piece. There's quite a lot of stats that you get out of this, but I think I'm interested in this trinket. My other trinket is a Primal Ritual Shell. The problem with this is that it's a double on use that I'd be setting myself up with between this and Bone Maw's Big Toe. But I actually think for Frost that would be fine. Yeah. I mean, for Blood, I don't think Blood is super interested in this. All right, let's pop back open the subcreation and just change this to Blood and Blood for M plus. Okay. Trinkets. Yeah, not really something that Blood DKs are using kind of anywhere. Here it's Slicing Maelstrom. It's actually getting a lot of play. So I'd be taking an item just for if I ever played Frost. I don't play much Frost. I like Frost. Frost is a cool spec. But on the other hands, I could take a nice big upgrade to the gloves or a smaller upgrade that actually gives a comparable, not comparable, but this is a more important spot, and I could find 415 gloves probably. Do I have any to upgrade? No, I don't. Oh, decisions. What to do? All right. I think you could make a strong argument for all three of these items, I think. I think I'm just going to end up taking these gloves. It's the biggest upgrade right now. 421 gloves are kind of hard to come by, right? If I were to find another pair, I could also find 421 chest piece. It's Kurog and Dathia that drop the chest pieces, but it's possible this character could kill those bosses. I don't know. This character is getting quite strong now. 410, Blood DK. The thing about Blood DK is undergeared. It can live. Like I could kill I think any of the mythic bosses in the raid on this character at this level of gear. It's not everything is livable when you're playing a DK, especially when like the rest of the raid is living and you're not ever in too much danger anymore. Okay. Druid time. Man, I wish I could have taken that whole row, though, on the DK. That would have been cool. Or I wish I got that Blazebinder's Hoof on my Paladin. That thing is really good for Ret. Okay. Druid, I'm going to open in Balance spec, I think. Yeah, because I don't really want healer trinkets. I've got a Voidbender's Shadow Gem. I guess a Chill Globe would be kind of cool, but I'd like to see a Feather from the M plus rows. I also did kill 4 mythic bosses on this character. I brought this thing to main raid for a while. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's really, really good. That is extremely good. So there's a 421 weapon. There is, some 420 or 415 pants. But I think I should take the Seal of Diurnus Chosen. I think I want that thing. Now, again, dealing the fire damage as something like a Balance Druid, not something that's super easy. Doing it as a bear druid is actually pretty easy. You just put on Flaring Cowl, right? So that is probably what I'm going to end up doing. I'm probably going to end up crafting a Flaring Cowl, replacing these cool speed 415 things, catalyzing these gloves instead. And then I've got my 4-piece, I've got my fire damage, and yeah, that's going to be pretty nasty on bear. That's going to represent a lot of damage. So very happy about that. We never turned down the Aeronog Ring. Aeronog Ring, unbelievably broken item. Kind of the main reason to do like first 2 bosses on Mythic so much is that item is really, really, really good and will continue to be good into the start of the next year. Now, this is where last week the video ended. This week we have even more content lined up because I leveled my Evoker. And I ratted my way into a 20 Shadow and Burial Grounds. And this character, yeah, I did 4 M0s. I got the Desperate Invoker's Codex out of the M0s. I got the 402 Sharp Eye Greaves from the end of the run. You can see the rest of my gear is 343 Auction House gear. Spend like 6k, kit your character out in 343s. So I'm 357 item level. Loot spec, we'll go Devastation. What we would like to see out of this vault from the M+ row? Weapon, even though I already have a 372 weapon, a big staff would be really good. Okay, a necklace. Now, a necklace we're not super jazzed about, because the necklace becoming a lariat is something that we're probably envisioning happening in the near future, but this pushes back the timeline on that. We'll probably not be looking to craft a lariat with one of our first few sparks now. Now we're looking to do something like ring, with like the 392 ones can be rings, and then we probably just don't bother crafting other stuff until we get, you know, until we start getting concentrated primal infusions, which I'm not sure if that's ever going to happen on this character. This character is kind of a meme. It might just do 1 key per week or something, or I don't know. Maybe I'll play it some more, but I already got a lot of other characters that it was more just like a spur of the moment thing. There's a good chance this character will not feature in future vault videos, but it's so fun. It's so fun opening a vault when you have this many bad items, because like there's kind of nothing that you can get out of the slots that you can't see a bad item in the vault when you have all of this bad stuff, right? Like, I don't think there was a single item in the pool that could have been bad. Like, I guess a really bad trinket would have been kind of unfortunate, but or like boots would have been kind of sad because they were upgrading a high item level slot. But really, when you're opening these vaults, when you open a vault on a character with this kind of gear, it's just all good. There's nothing you can see that doesn't improve your character, which is cool. Anyways, that's the end of our vault video for this week. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you again next week. I don't think I'm going to be able to maintain this many slots in the vault, especially with MDI now coming up, which, by the way, next 4 weekends, there's MDI over at Twitch and YouTube.com/Warcraft, and I'll be busy casting those games that are happening over there, so if you're interested in seeing some Mythic Plus done really, really fast at fairly high levels as well. Key level this weekend, I believe, is going up to 23, and it's going to be speedran. That should be pretty cool to see. The meta's looking pretty diverse. We're going to see some Feral Druids, going to see some Shadow Priests, going to see some Unholy DKs, going to see all kinds of stuff, actually. Mages, Rogues, DHs, a team's playing Evoker, Warlocks, everything's up there, so it's going to be a vibe. The healer spot as well is pretty diverse. The tank spot, just Warriors, so we'll see if anybody breaks open the meta, but so far it looks like it's just been Warriors. We'll see, though. Could be. I think there's some spots where you could play some other stuff. There's only 2 dungeons that we have like info on from the time trials. But anyways, video's getting long. Thanks for watching. Ooh, what is this thing in my camera? This is like a Love is in the Air decoration. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.